So this is my PA4 audio class demo. So for this assignment, I learned that I can definitely prematurely over-architect something. I basically had to rip apart my existing audio engine. So how I went about this demo is I'm using one source voice, and I have an array of additional buffers for the extra clips for the theme. And so these are just global for now, and those just get accessed through the audio thread, but I'll explain that in a moment. So I took my input manager from the game engine class so I can have a debouncer on the space key. Otherwise I would try to create a new thread if it hit multiple times. And then I have my audio engine that I created as sort of a singleton master class for all the audio engine content. And so in the load content, I am actually creating the new buffer, and I just have it as 7 items for the 7 additional clips. And I actually load in the intro into the starting source voice, or the only source voice. And so that just gets loaded, and then these get passed to the audio thread, which gets triggered inside of the input manager. When the space key is pressed, it will actually create that thread and then detach it, and then that will go into the audio thread. And again, these referencing these globals, and I also have a global count inside the voice callback, but I'll get to that in a moment. So this will start playing the Seinfeld theme. That first source voice that only has the intro currently initially sets the volume to 80%. And then this callback loop will just run until the song is completed. And so I sleep for 10 seconds and then set the panning to the left. I sleep for another 10 seconds, set the panning to the right, sleep for another 10 seconds, and it'll go back to the center. And that will keep looping until the entire song is completed. And so I'm actually printing out the name of the callbacks for these different buffers. Again, referencing the globals, and I have a global counter on here. So on the stream end is where I'm actually loading in the next buffer. And that's where I'm submitting that source buffer. And basically it just has a cheesy counter, and once it's done, then it knows the song's actually ended. But I wanted to see when these buffers were actually starting. So I have that global count telling me which clip is actually being played. And that way I can kind of keep track of those. So if I go back to here and I just play it, we will see the printout, and I'll leave the thread information. If I hit the space bar, the song will play, and we will see the clips start to print out. Because of that final sleep, just wait, and then we'll actually get the notification that the audio thread ended. And there we go. Okay, so, and that was triggered in right here. So one thing that gave me a lot of trouble on this was where to actually place these callback loops. Originally I had it inside of the audio engine in the play method. See, it's commented out there, but I was basically, whenever I would play a single song, it would wait until it finished and then ended. So that might be actually good if we want specific control over a song, but maybe in terms of a command or something like that. But this way it was kind of restricting for this assignment, so I just pulled that out into the main thread. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'm gonna have to re-go over because how I originally architected the engine in terms of adding or loading audio files and playing them and everything's just not that greatly set up, and it was more restricting than helpful for this assignment, but it was a good exploration into where to go from here.